Good morning, Pine Nation. Happy Monday. Start to a new week, guys. I hope you had a good morning so far. I didn't even have my coffee this morning. I'm just drinking some cucumber lemon water and like a water with one of those lemon tea packs, Crystal Light. So, guys, it's been a little crazy yesterday as well. We saw the live with the Liv. Girl, I will never coddle a psychic, a psychopath. I will never coddle a narcissistic weirdo. I would never, as a Black woman, I would never support anything that Liv does from here on out. Not saying I'm not going to react on her, but what I'm saying is, remember I told you guys I purchased her lashes, all this colorist stuff. This is my thing, y'all. With me, it's not personal, but what I'm saying is, with me, is certain things I don't care to forgive. I'm not saying she did anything to me personally. See, people say, well, you need to forgive for yourself. No, you can forgive for yourself. I won't be forgiven. Like, for certain things, I just can't move past it. And I'm not saying that, I go to sleep in a bed and I'm like, oh, Liv is a colorist, and then I go to sleep. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. I'm just saying certain things that have come out of this woman's mouth, and for her to have Black children, no. The facts remain to be the facts. Whether somebody can, all right, let's just break it down on a human perspective. Can I empathize with Liv as a woman 5 years ago? Yes. Today, no. No. I can't empathize with you anymore, sis, because it's over now. It should have been over. I have no compassion, no empathy. I feel nothing. It's very disgusting. I feel disgusted when any Black women. Now, if you look, that's your business if you want to support Liv. I'm not telling anybody else what to do. I'm just simply expressing my thoughts and opinions. It's almost, y'all know, look, I said something in the chat the other day about y'all acting like she's a regular person. She's not a regular person. She's sick. She's a sick, twisted, deviant demon of an individual. That's just the facts. That's not even an opinion. Those are facts. Well, I don't think you got to hit your live button, sis. This is my live button. You can think what you want to think, but the facts, you cannot dispute the facts. These are facts. The girl is sick. Where have these people been for the last 5 years? Where have these people been for the past 5 years, guys? Please tell me. Under a rock? Girl, look, ain't no way. Ain't no way. No empathy, no nothing. You lost your kids because you're unfit. You lost your kids even though you had, guys, you had generational wealth. Girl, boo. Boo. And if I was Nisha, I pack my up. I pack my bags and I'd never look back. That's what I would do. But I can't tell her what to do. I can't tell that girl what to do. All right. That's what I would do. Because what are we fighting for here? What are we working out? I'm the asset to you. You are a liability to me. He is a liability to Nisha. I'm sorry, y'all. I said Nika. So that's just the way I feel about it, guys. As far as the Liv situation. Now we're gonna get into Liv later on, guys. Guess what? Well, I'm off and didn't even know it. Sis got a whole full face of makeup done. It ain't like a beat that. It's like a little just a basic beat. I done put on clothes, wash my tail. No, sis got a full face of makeup sitting in front of the computer. This don't make no sense. I thought I was on my way to work, y'all. I said, damn, I ain't even have to go in today. They said, you off today. I said, oh, I know, I didn't know. All right, so let's get into Chrissy. Y'all know Chrissy went live yesterday, and Chrissy was talking about the funeral and how oh man, I don't want y'all to think I'm evil, but I'm sorry. Lipstick Pimp is so funny. I'm sorry. Lipstick Pimp is so funny. I don't care. I don't care. That girl cracks me up. I don't care. Shout out to Lipstick Pimp. Okay? Now, Chrissy was pissed off about Lipstick had put up a video. I don't know if it's still up, guys, but she put up a video. But we're going to get into Chrissy's live in response to that video. Oh my God, that girl is so funny. All right, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to seem like a crazy person, but she tickles me so bad. Okay? All right, let's get into this, guys. Yeah, it's been a wild couple days, right? It's been a wild couple days. Hold on, guys. Let me get into this Chrissy overlay, guys. Give me 1 second. Where is it at? All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. All right, let's get into it.
While still being true to allow myself to grieve, So I don't have the energy to argue or to threaten or whatever anybody over the internet. I am just simply going to do what I always do, which is get that video taken down. But long story short, somehow this crazy, sick, sad person is using my mom's passing and her funeral. She got the link somehow. I don't know how, because I don't share personal details like flyers or I saw that the flyer that I created got circled around online too, was getting circled around, but I didn't say anything about it because, honestly, the people that I hang with, my family members, you better not show up in a place you weren't invited because you won't be leaving. We gonna fuck the city up with that one. We gonna fuck the city up with that one. So I don't worry about that type of thing of people when, especially when I'm around my brothers and stuff, like my family and their friends. Like I'm never worried about um, safety or anything like that. So I know nobody is gonna show up anywhere uninvited. But the Zoom link, however they, I don't know if they, I don't know how people do things, but somehow someone got access to my mother's uh, services, that Zoom link, which was supposed to be for family only. I wasn't involved in that part of the planning for her service, so I don't know if you could do like a password protected type thing. And at that point, it was kind of like last minute. I feel like, last minute kind of shared around or whatever. So just the family, supposedly the family.
So hold on, guys, because I wanted to get into some of these comments. Y'all know I like to get into the comments. Okay, so hold on. We just missed one. Let me see. Hold on.
But the Zoom link, however they, I don't know if they, I don't know how people do things, but somehow someone got access to my mother's services, that Zoom link, which was supposed.
All right, let's be clear. This is why Chrissy is irritating me. Chrissy, how did you not know? Wait a minute. Let's talk to from somebody who knows how arrangements are planned because they planned arrangements. That we're talking about me. When you sit down and plan a funeral, they tell you whether it's going to be publicly shown when you're planning it. So for you to sit here and say you didn't know that part, Chrissy, when were you actually there for anything that happened? We know that you missed the time when your mother passed because you had to go back home and plan a birthday party for people who are going to live for a long time, hopefully. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat this again for the people in the back who want to try to pretend that this is something that it's not. Yes, I feel sorry for the girl because her mother passed. I'm not crazy, okay? I'm not a mental patient. Do I feel any empathy with Chrissy when it comes to the way she behaved in regards to her mother? Do I feel any empathy with the fact that Chrissy just said her mother's doing great living in her own place and then comes on here with this fucking pity party? No, I don't. No, I don't. I can feel empathetic towards Chrissy's mother's passing and at the same time feel as though that Chrissy didn't do right by her mother. Those two feelings are possible at the same time. Okay, do you understand that? You understand that one feeling doesn't affect the other? Do you understand that? Okay. Now, with that being said, how did Chrissy not know? Because Chrissy, I'm sorry, I don't believe, this is my personal opinion, from what Chrissy's saying, I don't even know if she took part in the planning of the arrangements. Because all of that is told to you when you're planning the arrangements. When you plan the arrangements, you sit down and you cover A to Z because they're letting you know what's in your package. What is a package, you might ask? A package is a funeral package, and depending on how long your money is, that's how the package is going to be determined. You have to go to the funeral home and you don't go to the church, you go to the funeral home. If your loved one belongs to a church here, the church will do the funeral for free. And then you will, out of the goodness of your heart, send a donation to the church, a couple $100s. And then the church will pay for the repast. And then you decide how much you're going to give the church. This is how funerals work. No, she said, Joy, that she wasn't a part of that part of the funeral planning. She did say that. She said she was a part of it, but she said, I wasn't a part of that part. There are no separate parts. There's one part. You sit down with the funeral home and you plan it. We're done here. That filming of, they will tell you, are you okay with us putting it here, there, wherever they're going to put it? They ask you that when you are planning the funeral, y'all. Y'all, I just did this recently. I know what I'm talking about. Believe me, I wouldn't sit here and just make this up just to act like I got all the information. I haven't experienced everything in life. I know what I'm talking about. This is within the last few months I have just done this. So my question again is, Chrissy, what part were you there for? Because you weren't there when your mother went on to glory, because you had to plan a birthday party. The fuck out of here. You think I'm gonna let my mother? Do y'all understand how much emphasis the Black community puts on a mother? Do y'all understand? Do y'all know where the phrase Big Mama came from? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Who thinks it's cool for you not to be there when your mother goes to glory? Because normally there is no Zoom password. I never even heard of that. Now, some funeral homes might run it like that, but they ask you, are you okay with this being on whatever platform they're going to put it on? See, that Lady T-Bug, that may, well, not the funeral home I went to, it's in the packet. That's a part of the planning, but they do ask you, right? They didn't charge anything extra. Okay, I see what you're saying, Lady T-Bug. I see what you're saying. You're saying, hold on, let me back up, sis. You're saying they had to request a virtual service. That's not an automatic service expenses. An automatic, I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. But that in the package that we chose for my loved one, that just came in the package. It wasn't extra. So that's just I guess everybody, like I said, I don't know everything, guys. I don't claim to be, I don't know. I'm not a know-it-all. But what I'm saying is, if she was there, this is the point I'm making, guys. If she was there, she would have known that during the planning. So were you really there, or did you have to leave early to attend a doctor's ceremony for a doctor that wasn't even at the funeral? Let's talk about it. Are we going to talk about it? Are we talking about reality, or are we talking about, oh no, the way I feel? We're talking about reality. We're talking about reality, guys. And we're going to get over to the GoFundMe to see how much she got. I don't believe if she was involved in the planning, I think she might have had a phone call about the planning. Because from what I am hearing out of Chrissy's mouth, oh, I didn't know about that part. How did you not know? How? That is discussed during the planning. So what are you talking about?
It's supposed to be for family only. I wasn't involved in that part of the planning for her service. So,
all right, y'all heard that. I wasn't involved in that part. So there's a 2-part planning. I've never, oh, you're going to have to come back and replan this. I've never heard of that before. That's just me. That's just me, guys. If you've had a 2-part planned funeral out there, let me know about it in the chat. I understand that all funeral homes are not the same. You said the point is they iced her out of the funeral planning. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read Joy's comment. Because she's a hot... Joy, now it sounds like you onto something. And I'm not, look, let me tell y'all something. I'm not saying that anybody has to agree with me, but we heard that I wasn't a part of that part. So the fourth, look, this is another question I have because I don't know. Is the GoFundMe, since the GoFundMe is still up, could she have taken money from the GoFundMe already? But it's still up. Like, how does that work? I don't know if they just show the amount until you get to your goal. I don't know. So if anybody knows about that, okay. Oh, see, I mean, look, Zoom services were a part of your mother-in-law's package. Sonia, I'm just here to express my thoughts and opinions. I don't want people to think that I think I'm a know-it-all, because I can make mistakes too. I can, not know everything. And everybody is different. I get it. So you think the brothers had already planned the mom's funeral. Okay, so she should have took some of that GoFundMe money. So I want to know, Walk by Faith, does anybody know? If you know in the chat, please don't be afraid to drop down if you didn't mind. Even if you take money out of the GoFundMe, if it just shows the balance, like until you reach your goal, or, I don't know, guys, you understand what I'm saying? Could she have taken some of the funds out of there already? Or can you not take the funds out until the May 17th date that she put on that was the date that she said the services were?
I don't know if you could
do. Oh, wait a minute, guys. The services for Alabama, maybe. Okay, got it. Y'all remember she said they want to take, I think it was Alabama, right? She want to take her to Alabama too?
Password protected type thing. And at that point, it was kind of like last minute.
Wait a minute. Somebody is in here trolling with her mother's picture. And I'm not going to read the name of the troll. You guys should be able to see it. But it said, "You just mad people saw there is no husband. You were alone. You're just mad people saw." Hold on. Let me take the comment down. "That there was no husband." Y'all see it? Now don't type the name in there, because that's the troll name. Hold on now. Hold on. Y'all hear this? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? You're just mad people saw that there is no husband. Where the fuck was your husband? Where was your husband? Who goes to a funeral to mourn their mother and your husband, and that nigga would have been kicked out that night? Get the fuck out of here right now. You can't go to my mother's funeral? Girl, stop.
I feel like,
last minute kind of shared around or whatever to just the family, supposedly the family, and friends of just my mom and us, And so this person took that, and I didn't watch the video because I will not watch content that is going to be triggering for me. That is not something that I'm willing to do in this point in my journey. So I don't watch things like that. But it was made someone reached out to me and told me that this video has been posted by somebody. Girl. And I don't know, she did a live stream and actually showed clips of my mother's funeral.
Hold on, we got another comment. I must have missed this one. Wait a minute.
Content that is going to be triggering for me. That is not something that I'm willing to do in this point in my journey. So I don't watch things like that. But it was made
y'all don't try to remember, she's sitting in the rental Tesla. She's sitting in the rental Tesla. Okay, so excuse her Wi-Fi.
Someone reached out to me and told me that this video has been posted by somebody, and I don't know.
Are you just mad that the people saw? Hold on, it went past too fast. You just mad that the people saw there is no husband. You lied about being married. Chrissy. Congratulations, Chrissy, on your new life with your new husband. Just because you have 9 kids doesn't mean you can't marry a doctor too. Just because you have 9 kids and 8 baby daddies doesn't mean you yourself don't have a chance of marrying a doctor. Look at me. Look at my life, guys. I was able to marry a doctor. Come on now. Y'all got to be stupid.
She did a live stream and actually showed clips of my mother's funeral. But all I can hope and say is I hope her mother's not dead. Because when you play with someone's death like that, baby, the karma.
Oh, so you can play with the thought. You can play with it, not playing with it the same way. But you can say, oh, it's not a big deal. I'm going to go back and make sure I clean up for this party and get ready for this party. And mom, just hold on while I get back. I'll be right back now. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. You complained about her the whole time. Now you want to act like you're so sad? I'm not sure I'm buying it, Chrissy. I'm not sure I'm buying it.
I don't understand why people are not afraid of that. I would be too afraid of life whooping my ass for something so evil.
It already whipped your ass.
So all I ask of you guys is that if you see something like that, just know I did not approve it. And I am, if you see anything like that, don't go looking for it. I'm not trying to give the girl.
Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. They're doing some trolling in the comments.
Like that.
Give me a second. I want to read these trolls.
The karma. I can't even. I don't understand why people are not afraid of that. I would be too afraid of life whooping my ass for something.
Already whooping your ass. Don't worry about it.
So, all I ask of you guys is that if you see something like that, just know I did not approve it.
You lied about 2 funerals. They said she was cremated after the service. I don't know if that's real, y'all, or just a troll.
And I
thought they were saying something else.
If you see anything like that, don't go looking for it. I'm not trying to give the girl views because she loves when she does things to agitate me, and I get on and I spend an hour cussing her out. That's what she wants me to do. I don't have the energy for that today. Maybe try another day. But and then she just loves because it brings her views and attention and things like that. I don't know. I ask that you guys don't look for it, but if you see anything, just report it. Because there's strength in numbers, and it will get removed. I'm gonna do a complaint and have it removed.
The last time I checked, and I might be wrong, it is against YouTube guidelines to ask someone to report another person's channel. That's what I think, guys. I'm not 100% sure of, but I thought that it was against you. Anybody that's a content creator, let me know if you know for sure. But the last time I checked, that was against YouTube guidelines. Okay.
Moved. But, it might circle around or it might pop up. And if that happens, then I can't do anything until YouTube takes it down, it was a private link for a private service that was not to be shared publicly. It was not shared publicly for this purpose.
Wait a minute. So now I'm confused. First, you just said, hold on, wait a minute, let's back it up. First, you just said you didn't know how it ran because you were, what'd you say? You didn't know how that part ran because you weren't there for the planning. Now you've confirmed between 3 minutes of just saying that it was a private link. So which one was it? Which one is it, Chrissy? Was it a private link? Or did you just make that up because you think that sounds better? Because do y'all understand the energy that it takes sometimes? Sometimes you got to listen. Y'all got to understand. Y'all are in the chat. Y'all can converse. Y'all see everything. I'm trying to pay attention to y'all. And no, I don't want any sympathy or award for this, okay? Because I don't deal in award systems because I'm an adult, okay? Anyway. Trying to catch her in that lie. Pay attention to y'all. Monitor the chat. Do the stuff in the backs. You're exhausting. You just said you didn't take part in the planning. So how do you know it was a link now? All of a sudden, it's a link. Girl.
And so I'm going to make some phone calls, and I'm going to have that removed. In the meantime, if you come across it.
Now she want to make phone calls. See how... This girl cannot stop making shit about her. This is about what the title is, okay? You guys aren't feeling sorry enough for me. Guys. Sean says it definitely wasn't private. The brother posted it on his FB page. I saw it myself. It was a Zoom link. There you have it. There you have it. The link was shared publicly by her brother on his FB page. Okay. But Chrissy said it was a private link. Okay.
Or cross it or anyone with clips or even pictures from my mom's service, please report it, because just think of this as if it were your mother. That's disrespectful as fuck. Just to talk about people, just to talk about me, showing people's faces that it did not approve of being posted in a private setting. That's illegal. You can't do that. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. People are so weird and so mean and so evil.
You lied about 2 funerals, and you lied about having a hubby. You were there alone. Not a man in sight. Not a man in sight. Well, what do you know? Y'all believe what comes out of these people's mouths. How many years of lies have we had to go through with these women?
It's not enough that my mother died, 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before Mother's Day. It's not enough that I'm already going through it. That's not enough for people. People want to see me, I don't know, lose my noodle. I'm not going to allow that to happen. But I'm also not going to allow my mother's funeral to be leaked. That's crazy. If I wanted money to be made off of her funeral, then I would have propped up my own motherfucking camera and I would have fucking recorded my own motherfucking footage. But I didn't even record that day. I tried to get, some clips here and there. I wanted to, get, I did record a little bit in the morning, but I wanted to get some footage of like me getting the kids dressed and stuff like that. But honestly, I just had too much going on. Like there's just too much going on. I was trying to, just make sure I was present in that moment. If I wanted to have that exposed or whatever, I would have did it.
Hey, Cicely, welcome to the live. So Cicely, I don't know if you were in here or not, but I think the GoFundMe is not closed because remember, the mother wanted 2 funeral services, one in Colorado where she lived and one in Alabama where she's from, to be buried next to her mother. Now, I've said this before. In my opinion, if you want all that to go down, then you need to have some money or a policy to make it happen. That is just, I wouldn't have all these demands with no money to back it up. That's just my personal opinion. Money is for the living. People that are deceased do not need money anymore. So make sure you can still pay your bills before you go sending somebody down to Alabama and burying them in a plot that you can't afford. That's just my opinion. If you, I already told you how I feel, and this is about my own personal loved ones. If you don't have any insurance, I don't have any insurance on you, I'm not going broke to pay for nobody's funeral. What's going to happen is you will be cremated and we will have a service and a repast for you. That's how it's going to go. We're taking the cheapest route possible. I'm not paying for a casket just to go in the ground. It doesn't make sense. You can't have all these demands with no money. That's in life and in death. That's how it works. Okay? That's not being insensitive. If somebody passes away today, that's one of my close relatives, they're getting cremated. We will have a short little hour service at, if they have a church, we can have it there. If they don't have a church, we'll have it at the funeral home or wherever. Okay? But you can't be out here making demands with no money. That's not how that works. I'm just letting you know, y'all. I'm not being mean. I'm just telling the real world. When somebody passes, come back and let me know the story and tell me if it worked for you. You gonna take the $20K you got saved up and spend it on a funeral when you gotta do all your stuff? You got kids to take care of? No, that's not how it works. Okay.
Myself.
Wait a minute. You said domestic flights for transporting remains $1,500. That's what I'm saying. Who has this money? Where's the money gonna come from? Now, my thing, let's just say, for example, if Cassie had her own money in the bank, see, that's what I was explaining to y'all. Some people with money, they not rich or anything, but some people who had they was living decent, they have money in the bank. They don't even have a life insurance policy. That 100,000, 50,000, 20,000, whatever they got in their bank account, that's what you can use to pay for the funeral. Okay? So you don't always have to be paying life insurance. I'm starting to think that life insurance is a waste. I'm thinking about going to a funeral home, paying for my shit, and letting it be over with. That's because paying this monthly amount, I may die in 20,000 years. I may die in a year. What am I paying all this monthly amount for? I'm thinking I might go to the funeral home and get a locked in price and call it a day. Call it a day. You ain't got to worry about it. Now, and I might just have a small policy. That way I can leave my kids something, or who knows if I'll have some money. I don't know what's going to happen. You see this economy? Okay. Anyway, let me keep going, y'all, because we ain't going to never make it through the damn reaction.
And so, the audacity of a motherfucker, and for her to try to, I don't know, clickbait or whatever, and say that she showed up, she wouldn't be alive to tell that story today.
And you know what, sis? It's not in case. It's going to happen to us all. See, I didn't grow up in this type of family that Chrissy grew up in. I grew up in a family where as soon as somebody dies, I know exactly where to go. I know exactly where everything is, because they're going to keep telling me that, because we are not ignorant. I think it's ignorant, y'all, to pretend like if I die. There is no if. There is when you die. That is the world. This is the real world. It's no if. It is when you die, because we all gonna have our day. And as a matter of fact, I need to sit down with my kids and explain to them what you take. See, for me, it was A, B, C. I had everything from A to Z. There was no confusion. There was no complication. There was no missing money. There was no nothing. None of that was going on with the people that I've dealt with so far. Thank God. I'm thankful for it. Because everybody's not perfect, y'all. I'm not saying my family's perfect. I'm just telling you. Those funerals cost a lot of money. If you get the locked-in price today, you're paying way less than you're going to have to kick out when you die, if you die 20 years from then. So I feel like it's better for me to just go to the funeral home, do a payment plan with the funeral home for now, get the locked-in price for today, because they can't say, this is what we're charging in 20 years. They don't know when it's going to happen. I'm going to pay for it. I'm not going in a casket. I want to be cremated. I don't want to go in that I don't want to go on the ground. I don't want to. I want to be cremated, so that's going to be cheaper anyway. And then maybe they can pick out the urn. Isn't that what it's called? The urn. And we're done. We're done here. Okay?
Case. So we know that's a lie. She wouldn't, unfortunately, they'd have been printing t-shirts of her ass by Monday morning. So yeah, no, that wouldn't have happened. But I think that she did get that link somehow. And I don't know really how, but it really doesn't matter how. It's the incessant trying to.
Jacqueline, sis, I'm so sorry that you had to experience that, sis. All right? I'm so sorry, but I'm glad you guys were able to honor his wishes.
Somebody you don't know. Like, I don't fucking know you. I don't know you. You don't.
Mother, horrible woman. I'm a hoe, and I'm a hoe, and I'm a hoe.
All those things. I can't seem to understand why we be fucking people's brains up. I will rearrange a whole bitch's brain chemistry just to follow me, just to stalk me, just to harass my family. For what? For what? For fun? For shits and giggles? Because you're not making that much money off of doing that. You're not making enough for it to be worthwhile. You're not making more than me, and I don't even post. So what's the point? I'm just trying to see what the point is. And I am curious as to, somebody told me once, like, this was many years ago, and I was like, I just don't understand why these people do this. And she was like, you'll never understand.
You lied about 2 funerals. You lied about a hubby. No man was there with you. You also had those offspring, and cheap clothing. Child. For a person that get on here and talk as much shit as she did, y'all know how expensive it was to dress my kids for a funeral? Do y'all understand how many hundreds of dollars I had to spend in suits so my kids look right for a funeral? And but we tried to tell her. Then we tried to tell her, stop having all the, well, we couldn't tell her nothing. Remember, she fussed with us. That nurse tried to get mad at me because I'm black. I'm black. And she doesn't want me to have any more children. Girl, what are you talking about? This is why people say, watch the amount of kids you have. Do you see? You couldn't even dress all your kids properly because it's too expensive. And I get it. It's expensive out here. But you're too busy buying containers. Containers for aesthetics. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find something. Buying containers for aesthetics in the refrigerator. Yeah, stop scamming. That's what you need to stop doing. Girl, not a husband in sight. Well, you guys know he's a doctor.
Why people think that way, because you'll never think that way. Like, you're not fucked up. You're not mentally ill. You cannot wrap your head around it because you're not sick in the brain. And that's nothing but the fucking truth. I'll never understand why someone who's so beneath you, and I can't, they want to get online and brag about what they can do for theirs and say that I can't do that for mine and all this, what I don't have, and I'm not this, and I'll point out all of these things about me. But you can't answer the question of why. Why does that bother you so much? Why does my life affect yours so much? And honestly,
well, Chrissy, you're the content creator. You come on here acting all high and mighty, wearing that ugly ass wig. That wig is hideous. I can't believe you wore that wig to the funeral. Why didn't you wear dark hair? I felt like, Chrissy, please stop. That wig is terrible. It's like a Peg Bundy wig. Look, you come on here flexing in your rental Tesla. You're broke, Chrissy. But you always trying to act like I have the best and I live here and I use my CPN to get this house and my husband's a doctor. It's all lies. So when a person comes on their platform and makes the choice to constantly lie about shit that we know is not true, then we, the YouTube streets, make a decision, and the reactors make a decision if they want to talk about it or not. When you put it out there, you can't get mad because people are talking about it. Girl. Ooh, that thing is gross. Poor thing has so many kids and thinks they're a gang. Where was the gang to help you? Ooh, that's the real question. Gang couldn't even give you 4K and a few decent outfits. Ooh.
Me as a hobby, even if you want to call it that, which, baby, you are too invested for this to be anybody's hobby. This is your full-time job. If this is a hobby for you, all I can do is pray. Pray for you, baby, because me as a hobby is crazy work. Me as a hobby is crazy work. Me as, some little chump change is crazy work, But even then, there are creators. I won't even call them creators. There are reactors and people who, still do report on, what I got going on, even though, like I said, I ain't even on here like that much anymore. And even I've heard of some of them being like, yeah, I talk about her, but this shit is crazy, Sorry for your loss. That's all I needed. That's all that's needed to be said. Like, we don't need a full report of the funeral. We don't need a full report of who was there. We don't need a full report of what it looked like. We don't need that full report. I'm not Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Riri. I don't know why people are fucking with me. I have nothing going on. Regular, basic ass shit that happens. And then going to try and post clips of my mom's funeral as if that is okay to do. I'm not, girl. It doesn't even faze me at this point because I'm so over it. Like, I'm so over this bitch, and I'm so over people. I'm so over social media in general, to where it's like, girl, I'm just gonna have your shit taken down. You know what I'm saying? I had stopped fucking with her because I stopped giving a fuck. And it's like, you're not, what? But now you're going to have to make me dust off my boots and get up in that ass. And I don't, for what? You and I both know that was ridiculous of you to do. Like, what? Like, girl, please get a life. Please get a life. Like, what the fuck? And like, bitches really do be pretending that there's some sort of fucking reporter or some shit. Like,
exactly, Dr. A. You put it out there. You can't tell people how to respond. But you were so ready to do your Begathon 2025 that you couldn't keep this information to yourself for a couple of months until you were a little bit, emotionally you're never going to get over it. That's not, losing your parent is not something that you ever get over. You will carry that with you for the rest of your life. But what I'm saying is, you couldn't wait a couple of months to let the smoke clear, let the dust settle. Then come on, hey guys, I want to let you know, my mom passed, blah, blah, blah. Then you could have had your fucking privacy. You could have had the privacy that you wanted. But you were so ready to beg, just like when you don't post content for months. Guys, Chrissy has been doing this low key. Every time her kids have a birthday, she's posting it because she wants you guys to be her baby daddy. She wants the YouTube streets to provide for her because she's too much of a thought to take a test. Let's be clear on this. If you are new here, welcome. If you are new here and you think that Strong Mommy Chrissy is innocent because she doesn't post content, you missed the last 5 years. You're going to have to catch up. I have a Strong Mommy Chrissy playlist. Go over there and look at it. I gave you the whole rundown on Chrissy from A to Z. Elizabeth, if you don't understand how Strong Mommy Chrissy gets down, let me tell you this. You think she's just posting that it's Cash's birthday, it's Cadence's birthday, it's the twins' birthday, it's this birthday, it's 9 of them. Ask your baby daddy. Oh, wait a minute. You can't because you're too scared to take that test. Take that paternity test. Let's be clear. Because those last 3 kids may or may not be your husband's, like you said so. That's why I say 8 baby daddies. Remember, one set is twins. The twins' baby daddy has a YouTube channel. All right. He talks about narcissists on his YouTube channel. He talks about people like Liv, allegedly. Oh, yeah. Yes, Latrice. She said people to send cash apps too. So every time it's one of her kids' birthdays, she wants a cash app from the YouTube streets. Ask your baby daddies. Ask that nigga that you was pregnant by just last year. Well, I'm pregnant and you guys aren't going to do anything about it. I've decided to have this baby. Ask them about that. Ask them about that. Don't come to us hardworking women, us hardworking taxpayers, and ask us for money for the money that don't you get child support, Chrissy? You get child support, you get cash assistance, you get your YouTube check, you get your food stamps. What more do you want from me?
This is hot news. Baby, my mom just died. What is a
You're
hot take?
not
What
feeling
kind of hot
sorry
take
enough
can you
for
get
me.
from that, my love? Like, what? I didn't even know. I mean, after many, 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 many years on this platform and many, many, many bitches fucking with me, I never have really just, I can't. I just can't. You start to think, y'all can't do nothing else new. Y'all do the same shit, talk the same shit, attempt the same shit, and are just weird in the same ways, year in and year out.
And just when I think that a bitch can't surprise me, she goes and does something weird.
A little bit I am. Like, girl, like, I'm not surprised at the audacity, but I'm surprised that you really cared to be in attendance at my mother's funeral. I just, y'all, I cannot wrap my head around it. So I don't know. And I honestly have forgot that they were, doing a Zoom of the funeral, because my mother just died. I'm trying to take everything in,
Guys, I need you to feel sorry for me. Okay? I know one of my 200K subscribers, their mom couldn't have died before, could they? Nobody could have lost their mom. It was me, guys. It's me. It's me. It's all about me. Sick of it. I'm the selfish. See, this is what irritates me about people. The level of selfishness that it takes to make a passing of another human being about yourself. The level of selfishness. You're just using that video that Lipstick put out here just to have something to come on here and talk about. She needs another check, guys. Oh, guys, I bought containers, but I didn't plan out to buy any clothes for the children. I didn't take my husband's a doctor, guys. He makes at least $200,000 a year. He's a pediatrician, and he couldn't see to it that my children were clothed properly. Dee says she's sorry. This is off topic. I don't know who that is, Dee. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on.
So it's like, that was a vulnerable moment for me, and for you to try to invade on that, and like, what? And then try and post the shit.
Somebody get Dee's device.
Like, why would
somebody take Dee?
Like that?
Somebody take Dee's device.
I don't know. People are just so weird. I just, like
Dee,
I said, I
you
just
hit
asked
that
you
on
guys.
the nail. Oh, okay.
You don't go looking for it, because it's really disgusting. But if you come across it, or if it pops up and you see something, just report
look,
it.
Guys, she didn't have money for the funeral or, to buy any clothes, but she had money for them fucking ugly ass nails, didn't she? She had money for those ugly ass bacterial infested E. coli nails. When I go to this event, I'm not gonna say that, but when I go down there, I'm gonna have my nails, my claws on, and I'm gonna have my no offense, y'all, but my white woman wig. No offense, y'all. Because you know damn well no black woman should be wearing that wig. I wear wigs, y'all, but I don't like wigs no more. I'm getting to the point where I don't like the wig on my head. I need my scalp to breathe. We had this conversation back when I talked about Ponytail Girl. Y'all already know. That wig is hideous, Mrs. Yellowhawk. It's horrible. But she took those bacterial infested nails and she said, oh no, babe, do you like these? I'm gluing these on. Babe, I'm gluing these on. Bae is Rod. Rod is Bae. Rod is not. Wait a minute. Let me get my damn overlay out. Let me get my overlay.
Like I said, there's power in numbers, and YouTube will definitely take it down. Because what the fuck are you doing? I didn't live stream that for YouTube. This wasn't a YouTube live. So a GoFundMe is bothering them so bad. I don't understand why. Like I said before, they also messaged my brothers on some, this is your raggedy ass sister and this is what she's doing. That was my mom. GoFundMe is a crowdfunding site. And if you know of a neighbors who like, say for instance, you knew a neighbor and their house burnt down, you could start a GoFundMe and say, my neighbor 3 houses down, their house burnt down, and I want to start this GoFundMe for them. You know what I'm saying? You could say, like you can literally start a GoFundMe just off the strength of knowing somebody's sad story, and it's not a big deal. GoFundMe definitely allows that, right? But this was my mom. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't someone that I knew of. This wasn't a distant relative that, whatever. This was my mother. I am her only daughter. You know what I'm saying? And one of 3 of her survivors. And you're mad because I started a GoFundMe for my mother? That's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, I just wanted to help. And I appreciate anybody who contributed to the GoFundMe or even sent a Cash App. because it definitely did help. It definitely did help. And I, you know, it wasn't enough, you know, but I didn't want to pay for it in full. You know, I wanted to help. And I feel like the kids were painting rocks, so I have paint all over me. But, you know, I just wanted to do my part and then some, you know. And I think I feel I'm at peace with knowing that I've done that. I don't want anybody to have to experience. I pray, and I know there's a lot of people who have experienced this, but if you haven't lost a parent, I pray that you never have to go through the stress of money when that person passes away, you know, when your parents pass away. I don't think people understand, and I did not know until 2 weeks ago, how much funerals, burials cost. There's a cost for everything, you know. There's a cost for everything. And it's very expensive to bury somebody. So I pray that if you don't have life insurance, get it. And I pray that, or have a savings for that type of thing. Or, you know, and if your parents don't have life insurance, or you're not sure, confirm, have those hard conversations. Because just like I was talking to my cousin the other day, it's rampant in the Black community to not talk. Like my mom never wanted to talk about.
First of all, that is a lie. I'm Black, in case you didn't know. Just want to keep making that announcement. It is not rampant in the Black community. I'm sorry to say, but it is ignorant. It is ignorance of you to think that you don't have to talk about your mother. I'm not saying, right, exactly, Lady T-Bug. That's your family. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I think it is ignorant to pretend as though we're not all going to pass away. Like I said before, all of our ducks were in a row over here to this family. Exactly, Elizabeth. Stop dragging the Black community into every one of you guys' ignorant choices. That is on you. You said you Black. Exactly, Sunrose. Stop saying that. You, wine trash. Jasmine, oh yeah, the kids that stole that car, they were definitely Black. Ain't nobody steal that damn car. They repoed that truck because your ass was on a weekly truck payment instead of monthly, like the rest of us with good credit. I'm so sick of Black, and then y'all want to talk about sick of Black people tearing Black people down? I'm sick of y'all talking about everything negative and trying to correlate it with me, because I don't have nothing to do with that. Some of us have our stuff together. I ain't saying I'm perfect now. All I'm saying is stop saying, yeah, because it's rampant in the Black. How do you know? You don't even have friends. You're over there acting like a white woman. No offense, guys, but she does act like she's some type of suburban white housewife. I'm sorry. Girl. Exactly, beautiful Libra. Beautiful Libra says everything's set up with her mom, and she set everything up with her kids for when she leaves this place, because we're all going to leave. Right, Tori, where's the statistics coming from? Girl, stop it.
Her death. She never wanted to talk about her end of life plans. For real. The only thing we knew was,
I don't want nobody with them long nails cooking my food. So you just got up from the bathroom on the toilet. How you wiped your booty, that's not my business. But a speck of poop, let's just be real. A speck of poop could have made it under those E. coli nails, and boom, now I'm sicking in the hospital. Now I think it's Hep C you can get. Who's a nurse in here? Which one is it you can get from eating food that has, like, you know, contaminated food? You can get Hep A, B, or C. I can't remember which one it is, guys, but I know somebody that had it. And they were like, I got it. I think I got it from eating out. So it's not always, you know, something that's transmitted through IV drug use. I think it's Hep C. I'm going to have to look it up. But yeah. And don't take, not 100% sure, guys.
Was that she wanted to be buried next to her mother. And that wasn't even planned out. Like, she didn't even have that planned out. She just knew that's just what she wanted, when asked.
Isn't your husband rich? You can bury a person for $10,000. Hold on, y'all. Do y'all see this comment right here? Your husband, the doctor, Dr. Rod, aka Dr. Hands, didn't have $10K to help you plan the arrangements for your mom. He makes over $200K a year, but he doesn't have the money. Hey, thank you, Shanika. I knew it was one of them, girl. Thank you. He makes over $200K, but he didn't have the money to help his wife. No, we're not making fun of we're making fun of the fact that you lied. Don't try to, like y'all always say, we're trying to twist it. Don't come over here and try to twist what I'm talking about. I'm not making fun of anything dealing with the passing of Miss Cassie. I have some respect, people. I'm making fun because the nigga ain't a doctor. He ain't a doctor. That's number one. You ain't married to him. Rod was a chef. Remember, guys? Remember when Dr. Hands lived over there to Chrissy's house? He was a chef. So he went from being a chef to a doctor in, what was it, how many years ago was that? I'm going to say 4 years. I'm going to give it 4 years at least. Because Gerard and Liv were already broken up when Dr. Hands came into the picture. I can't do it with you anymore, girl. Stop it. Guys, take the time to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already done so.
Move it with it, shake it with it, move it with it, pop it with it, move it with it, shake it with it, pop it with it, move it with it. I ain't playing with it, 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 I ain't playing with it. I'ma show you how to real play with it. I'm like a kid at the candy store. You already know you can't have no more. If you understand me, you can't take no more. Everybody understand, better get the dough. You wanna bang at my dough, you already know, no. You won't understand, I should've said no. Everything you say, it ain't cool. You get mad, look at you.
Thank you.
Move it with it, shake it with it, move it with it, pop it with it, move it with it, shake it with it, pop it with it, move it with it. I ain't playing with it, 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 I ain't playing with it. I'ma show you how to real play with it. I'm like a kid at the candy store. You already know you can't have no more. If you understand me, you can't take no more. Everybody understand, better get the dough. You wanna bang at my dough, you already know, no. You won't understand, I should've said no. Everything you say, it ain't cool. You get mad, look at you.
Thank you.
You know I'm super thick, I'm a bad chick. And you know I'm so legit, I'm a bad chick. And my mouth is so slick, I'm a bad chick. And I ain't never been basic, yeah. Cause when I walk out of this, you already know about wow, will change your life. Cause you already know, you won't never gotta think twice. Call me damn. You already know how I gon' handle. You already know I ain't play no games. You already know.
Say something I don't like, slap. Or somebody look at me a way I don't like, slap. Somebody breathe too hard around me, slap. Like.
Okay, guys, let's keep going.
There was no real planning on my mom's part, and she never wanted to talk about it either, because it was like a superstitious type, paranoia type, I don't want to tell you how I want to be or what I want done with me or where this or that is or whatever is going on with this or that, because what you trying to kill me, what you trying to do, what no. So that was the way my mom was. Now y'all could say how, I don't know if some of you guys can relate or not, but that's how my mom was. And so I feel like, for the sake of just not wanting to agitate her with that, my brothers and I just did not ask a lot of those questions. As she got older,
wait a minute, they right there. Why did your brothers share the link to the funeral? Okay. Why did your brother share the link to the funeral? So not only are people in this chat talking about it, people on her chat are asking her about it because she's complaining about it.
she was sicker, I was like, yeah, let's start having some of those conversations. And the last time that she was in the ICU, before this last time where she passed away, when she got out of the hospital, before then, I told my brothers, I was like, listen, it is absolutely time to have that conversation, because, you know, we were all three sitting there looking at each other like, I don't know what the fuck mom wants, for real, right? And that's because we were always afraid of having that conversation, because every time we tried to, she shot it down, you know? So, you know, when I did have a conversation with her, like a brief conversation, but again, I didn't want to agitate her too much. And I was like, "Do you have life insurance?" Like, we don't know.
Y'all hear this?
Like, we thought she didn't. Maybe she did.
Oh, this was a planned lie. This was a premeditated lie. Now she talked to her mom and asked her about life insurance. Okay, let's get into the lies.
Whatever.
Let's get into the lies.
Do you have life insurance? And or I was like, otherwise, I'm gonna get my own policy on you, because I don't want to struggle burying you. And I remember her telling me, she was like, no, I don't have it anymore. She's like, I had it, I think it lapsed. She's like, go ahead and get one, right? Get a policy. And I mean, honestly, I didn't even have time to look into, like, I had just started to look into it and had an appointment on that following Monday, and my mom was already in the hospital, you know, again, with pneumonia in the ICU. So when I tell you guys, I just, you know, you don't know. And it's really hard. And I saw some people, you know, who were making bad comments, or rude comments, I should say. And they were like, well, how, you know, how you can't even bury, like, you know, afford one funeral, because on my GoFundMe, I explained what her wishes were. And they were like, and you have the audacity to want to have two, as if that is, you know, as if that was wrong, or like I offended somebody by that. It was like, bruh, it's not your mother. But if it was your mom who died and that's what you knew she wanted, then that's that's really regular. I didn't know that.
Do y'all hear this? This might have been the most annoying part. Didn't I just go over this? If you ain't got the money for two separate funerals, then you're not having two separate funerals. I still got to pay my bills next month. I still got a whole year to go. I still got kids to take care of. This is basically pushing you. This is what she's doing right now, is she's twisting her subscribers' arms. Okay? She's trying to encourage you to go out there. If you haven't donated to her GoFundMe, she needs you to go out there and donate right now. If you are not encouraged, let this encourage you. Damn it, I'm in need of money, and my husband is a doctor. My husband makes over $200K, and yet you guys still haven't made it to my goal. Guess what? It's a good time to go on over there real quick. We're going to come back, but it's a good time to go on over there to the GoFundMe real quick, okay? Let's see where Chrissy is. $3,177. Isn't this the same amount that was raised the last time? Isn't this the same amount that we saw the last time we checked in? I don't think it's let me see, y'all. Let's see, because it'll tell me. Oh no, so maybe it was something else. I thought this was the same amount. Teresa donated $5. Somebody else donated another $5. It's going down. All right, there you go. 200. Yeah. So since Anonymous donated $200, it must have been 6 days ago that we checked in. I don't know how it's still the same amount. I swear this was the amount. Guys, I don't get it. I don't get it. So was it 2,000 something when we checked in? Maybe it was, y'all, and I just don't remember. I'm going to have to go back and look at the video now. Guys, I still haven't made it to my donation request amount so that me and hubby can go on another trip a month later and use the money that you guys have donated. Because I don't need it for the funeral, obviously, because the funeral is already gone past. But I am pretending that I need it for the Alabama funeral, which I probably won't be attending anyway. Oh, no, I'll be attending Cadence. Oh, thank you. Let's play a game. That's what she needs it for. What'd I tell y'all? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Are y'all listening? Is everybody, put your thinking caps on, as your teacher used to say. Her mother was beautiful. Put your thinking caps on, guys. You're going to let Chrissy take y'all hard-earned money when she over there with a husband that is a pediatrician He probably makes more than two of our regular working people's salaries combined. And you guys can't find it in your heart to give her your money? Come on, guys. Find it in your heart to give Chrissy the money she needs. Girl, boo. We're not buying it. We're not buying it, sis. All right, hold on. Let me bring it back up, y'all. Let's continue the sympathy and payola live.
My brothers told me, like, yeah, that's pretty regular. Like, if somebody passes away in a city that they're not from,
right?
They usually, and then they want to be buried in another city. Sometimes they'll have a small funeral where they're living, and if especially if they have roots or friends or some relatives or whatever in that city, and then they'll go to where they're going to be buried.
Really?
Wow. There before their burial. Which again, I did not know that. I don't go to funerals. People in my family don't die like that.
Do you hear this? Do y'all hear what is she? Is this girl 12 years old? Is she a toddler? Yeah, the thing, people in my family don't die like that. No, Chrissy, you don't mess with your family like that. So you think, wait a minute, let's just listen to the rest of it so I can critique the whole thing.
The last funeral I went to was my grandma and my grandpa's funeral, and I was like 12 or 11. So I was very young. I had nothing to do with the planning, obviously. So, I didn't know that. I didn't understand.
So she didn't know. Girl, you're 30, how old? Slept with how many men? 900? Okay, look. You're 30-something year old. Are you telling me, years old, you're telling me that you didn't know that people had funerals in the town they live in and then a small funeral or another funeral in the town they're from? This is the first time you've heard of that? This is some bullshit right here. Alexa said, is your family full of vampires? Right. That's the second one I was going to comment on. People in my family don't die like that. What? No, you don't mess with your family like that. You're too busy out here garden tooling. You're too busy out here doing things with strange men, with strangers on hosting trips. Okay, let's get into it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Downtown, yeah. Listen, girl, I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. My Gucci bag, my booty all brown. With a nigga that's looking for the hole. Stop playing, won't you suck a bitch? Oh, I'm down, just left downtown. Where my nigga is, down, yeah. He took a bitch down.
I give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give.
Are you kidding me? All this wonderful stuff going on in your life. Buying fake houses, renting Teslas, stunting for the internet, getting busted right out front, begging for gas and electric money while your mother's allegedly, because we don't even know if that was real, allegedly living in your house, but you need money for your gas and electric bill, but you got a motherfucking U-Haul in the driveway. Do you see how you're being played? How long are you guys going to let Chrissy pull the wool over your eyes? Girl.
I just know that my mom said she wanted to be buried next to her mom, and my grandma's in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So quite frankly, that's where we were,
that's an innocent bystander,
so
guys.
Anyway, I don't get on here to continue. Like, I don't want to get on here to make this a big deal, because I feel like this person who did that because they wanted to, because I'm a big deal. Apparently they want to make this a big deal and try to have me on here crashing out and upset and stuff. And I don't have the energy to give to anybody else right now. I'm really being really selfish with my energy. So I don't have the energy to really give, but I just ask, like, if I can ask, which I know that's a big ask, because it takes somebody with.
She doesn't have the energy to give, but I did have the energy to change my wig, rent another Tesla, and put on my E. coli nails. But I don't have the energy. I have the energy to lie about my husband over and over and over again, but I don't have the energy to argue back and forth with you guys. I only have the energy to lie, put on these ugly ass nails, and do my wig like Peg Bundy. That's all I have the energy for, guys.
It takes a real woman to understand they fucked up and remove a video. Honestly, I'm gonna just say, can you please remove that video, because that was really fucked up and stupid, you know? But if not, if you don't want to remove the video, then anybody who comes across it, I ask you guys to report it. And then honestly, when I do get time, because I'm not taking time away from my family today, it's Sunday and we're getting ready for the week and I wanted to spend some time with them. It's raining. Ugh, I wanted to barbecue. It's okay.
Hold on, y'all. Let's look at it. Let's take a look at it. Just what we were talking about, guys. Look, check it out. It's regular if you can afford it. Seems ignorant on all your part to not have insurance on your mother. The internet is not a place to beg. You hear that, Chrissy? The internet is not the place to beg.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Insufficient funds. You ain't got no.
Okay? We don't owe you anything. Do it yourself. You have a platform of over 200K people supporting you. Stop asking us hardworking women. Ask your damn baby daddies to put together how many baby. All right, she got 8 baby daddies. Let's do the calculations. Let me get the calculator out. Let me get the see 8 divided by. All right, y'all. If you ask each of your baby daddies for $500, boom, there goes your money. Stop asking us. We ain't got it. And if we did have it, we damn sure ain't giving it to you.
But, you know, tomorrow I'm on that ass.
All right, I think she's experiencing some technical difficulties. You know she in a Tessie. She in a Tessie. Thank you, Shanika. I appreciate it. She having a little
I've had her videos taken down for less. And I can get this one taken down too. I just takes a little time and patience, and I have both of those things right now. So
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Today is going to family.
She doesn't have time to go back and forth, but she does have time to make a live addressing it for a whole hour and going on and on and on about nothing, because she still got to pay what? She got to pay Miss Alicia's rent, guys, for the house she scammed her way into. See, y'all, how soon we forget sympathy and payola.
And I need to relax. My mother's funeral was yesterday. You know, oh my God, I and I'm gonna put this in a vlog and we'll talk about this more when I have more patience to sit and just talk about what I've actually been going through mentally. But my anxiety has been so high, you know. And to see your parent in a casket is, I pray none of you have to go through that, but I know we all will. To see someone who you've been with your entire life cold, I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
You don't have to wish it, but it's coming for all of us. Us, our parents, everybody. That's just the way life is. It's a part of life, guys. That's just the way it is.
I don't wish it on my worst enemy. So, you know,
this is the regret segment.
I know a lot of people don't like me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to live a life.
I don't even find Chrissy. This is the weird part. And people may think I'm just, I don't even feel like Chrissy's not likable. Chrissy and Liv is not likable. If this is just my opinion. Chrissy, you don't have a bad personality. It's just the things you do, the way you carry yourself. Okay, it's the things that we seen on the YouTube streets. Okay, it's the things that we've seen out here in these YouTube streets that you did, especially in the past. Not so much now. It's the lies that you've told. It's the buying the fake house. It's asking for donations, constantly posting your kids' birthdays. It's the woe is me. I want a big pity party, but I can't help you guys. I'm gonna MIA on you. It's I'm taking vacations without my kids with random men. It's the fake divorces. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, it's a lot of stuff. But right now, it's the scamming. And you know what? I'm not even gonna call it a scam. It's the money grab. Let me rephrase that. It's not a scam this time because the event did take place, right? But it's the money grab for me. They're trying to monetize off of, the passing of my loved one. No, you're trying to monetize off the passing of your loved one. If you never came on here and told us your mother has passed away, we would have never known. You could have came on here in May, at the end of May, and said, hey guys, I was gone for a little while, even though I'm always gone because I'm a shitty content creator. But I was gone for a little while because my mom passed. We would have never known. Nobody would have been able to harass you, would they? Well, in your words, harass you. Okay, because I honestly, look, I'm just going to keep it to myself. Let's keep going.
To chase likes from people who I'm never going to get them from, or understanding from people who don't want to understand me, or respect or understanding, like I said. But I think at some point in time, are you human? Are you a human being? Do you have a sense of maybe I shouldn't do that? Because one day, it's going to be your day if it hasn't already.
Well, some people could ask you that same question. You have 9 kids with 8 different men. Do you have a sense of maybe I shouldn't do that? Bam says that you slept with him while your baby was looking at y'all, either on the bed or was the baby in the playpen. I can't remember, but I'm just saying. Do you have a sense of I shouldn't do that? I shouldn't bring strangers into my house to live with my kids that knock me between the washer and dryer. So we could ask you the same thing. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I could never defile somebody's passing like that. I mean, you got some cojones, because I could never. I'm not brave enough to do that, because I am very spiritual, and I'd be afraid to play with God like that. Especially if my mother was alive. I could never play. I could never do that. Even whether she's alive or not, I could never play with somebody's family like that. Play with somebody's death like that. I'm not brave enough. Y'all bitches are brave. You bitches are brave. And you're right. I guess that does make me a different type of person. I guess that does make me whatever you want to call me. I guess I am that. Because, bitch, there's some things I could never do. And that is one of them. I could never do that. So, please stop. Please stop. Because I think that is just, that's weird. And I feel like, with the reaching out to my family and stuff, we know bitches do that. That people are going to do that. But I just find that to be so weird and rude. It's like, let me, I just, what,
right,
I know that
right.
you are.
Guys, I need you to support me, but I also need you to stay out of my business. Give me the money for my situation, but don't ask me about the situation. Come on, guys. Give me the money. It's just like Alice and Alana. Give me the money and shut up. Give me the money and shut up. That's all it is. That's what she wants you to do. Why can't you guys get it through your skulls?
On social media, and you have a following. And there are people who have a much bigger following than me. I ain't nobody. Okay? I am nobody.
Right. Period.
But it's like I said earlier in the live stream, I'm not Beyonce. Why are you guys going through the lengths of hacking or not breaking into or showing up unwanted? Like, why be weird about it?
We know you're not Beyonce. She would never wear a wig like that.
why are you weird about it? Now, if I were to post clips of my mom's funeral and then you wanted to talk about what I posted, okay, because I posted that on the internet, right? But I didn't post her fucking funeral on the internet. I didn't live stream her funeral on the internet. And honestly, had I known, like, I knew that they were gonna put it on Zoom for our family, but like, had I really been able to think about it, I would have definitely made sure there were some more measures taken. But at that time, I just wanted to see my mom. Y'all know I told you guys I haven't seen my mother since she had a tube down her throat in the hospital. And when she passed away that day, I was unable to see her then because they had taken her before I got there. So I haven't seen my mom since that day. And I wanted to see my mom. Like, that's the last time I'm ever going to be able to lay eyes on her physical body. And I wanted to see her. So my mind was not on, let me make sure people in this Zoom are not weirdos. You know, let me verify that they're all family. You know? And I wish I had the capacity to do that in that moment, because then we wouldn't be here having this conversation right now. But do you blame me? Like, I shouldn't have to worry about that. But again, people are money hungry. They're attention hungry. And they think that they're doing something to me by putting my mother's business out there. That's crazy. That you're not hurting me. You're not hurting me. It's just disrespectful to the dead. You know, I just think it's crazy. But weirdos are going to be weirdos. Unfortunately, they make those Zooms public. People are attention seeking. Yeah, it's for show, for attention, because the coins ain't there. Yeah. Hey, girls, she not doing this for money. And honestly, if you're not doing it for money, then you are really weird. Because, you know, money is the root of all evil. Money will motivate people to do things that they probably wouldn't do without that motivator. But if you do it for free, then you're a special kind of fucking evil. That's all I can say. I'm sorry. Hey, Erica, I have to go through this. I'm in your state. If you ever need someone to talk to, not on any weird stuff or anything, I just know how hard of a lost one can be. Thanks, Erica. But yeah, you know, love your lashes. Oh, thank you. But yeah, you guys, I think most funeral homes do Zoom now ever since COVID. I honestly didn't know that. We did our own. They didn't even offer. I don't think. And doing all that for free is insanity, right? Exactly. It is devastating. It is a devastating thing to go through. I don't wish on anyone else either. Chrissy, hard is not the word, right? Thank you. All things, Tiff. I know how you feel. Losing my mom was the hardest. And I'm still trying to cope. Oops. I lost your comment, damn. Oh, I used to wake up having panic attacks. I pray God covers you and your family during this hard time. Thank you. I woke up with a panic attack last night. And I will say this, though. That I think I did see my brother pick up the laptop and kind of show my mother's body. I swear to God, if I ever see my mom's body on this here internet, baby, y'all better hope I never see my mother's body on this internet. But I'm just saying. Okay, and I don't think it's cute to show everything and not show that either. You don't get a pass for that either, because I don't know what was shown. I don't know what part she showed, or if she showed the whole thing, or I don't know what she showed on that on her video. But I don't know. It's just, it's very much, I don't know. Just don't do that. Just weird. Just very weird. But anyway, that's that. On that, I'm about to get out of here and go. Thank you, Chantel.
Guys, I don't have time to go back and forth, but I do have time to strike channels. I do have time to press on these ugly nails. I do have time to put on these wigs that I got from the beauty supply. I do have time to pretend like I have a fake husband. And I do have time to beg. But I don't have time to go back and forth with reactors. But I do have time to strike a channel.
Who started?
I do have time.
I'm having the problem with my kids. I want that conversation, but they don't want to talk about it.
I do have time.
It's so crazy. We all have to leave this world at a point in time. You know, I think that not having the conversation makes people feel safe. Having the conversation makes people feel like it's not going to happen to them, but it absolutely will happen at some time. And I hope to God that it's not, obviously, anytime soon, right?
I forgot. You know, and I do have time to apply lashes. I do have time to go find lashes. I got time to put glue around my edges. I got time for all that, y'all. But I don't have time to going back and forth with reactors.
Oh, even if it's a long time from now, you still need to prepare. And I think even me, my kids are still all kind of small. And, you know, I didn't.
Girl, didn't you say you was getting off the live?
I didn't want to sit down with myself and have those thoughts because I'm only 34, you know. I plan on being here for a long time. I feel
like she just dragging
and
on.
I think with this whole thing with my mom, it has put a lot of things into
perspective. Been on here for an hour and 30 minutes.
Because I don't want to leave my kids how my mom left me, you know? And I'm not even saying anything to be against my mom. I just feel like, you know, people don't want to talk about it. It's a hard conversation to have. It's even a hard thing to sit with yourself on because I struggle with thinking about those same thoughts, especially right now. So, but they need to be done. It needs to be had. And even if it's a simple will drafted or, you know, you just say, hey, listen, you don't want to have this conversation right now. We're going to have it at some point. But if anything happens, this is where you need to go look for whatever, all the stuff you need and you're going to be taken care of. They'll remember that. At least they'll know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just, and thank God I'm grown and I have two brothers. I can't imagine someone being an only child and not having any direction or having this happen. A parent pass away, no life insurance, you know, nobody can really, all we know is where she wanted to be buried at and trying to make that happen. And there wasn't a plot pre-purchased or anything. So, you know, we're trying to figure out how we're going to get her next to her. And, you know, all of these things that people just don't think about or they don't want to think about, all of the hard stuff. And I think, you know, like I said, I'm 34. I'm grown as hell. No, I thought I was. I might as well be a baby. You know, I don't know. It's hard to think about death.
I'm too busy. You know, I was telling my husband the other day, I've been too busy just trying to stay alive. You know what I'm saying?
I'm too busy trying to make sure I wear my seatbelt. I get all my checkups done. I'm too busy trying to make, you know what I'm saying, keep all my little ones alive. You know, I'm too busy trying to stay alive to worry about death. But then, like, when my mom passed away, it really made me stop and say, no, this really happens. This really does happen. And I know my mom was actually young. 69 is young. You know, she was older, but 69 is young to die. When you think of, you know, the grand scheme of things. I was editing my vlog. I edited one already. I'm not dropping it yet, but I have another one. I have two more. And it's just like there were a series of days when I was going through, you know, the boys' birthdays and then my mom being in the hospital and, you know, just the whole thing. And it was so long. I just broke it up into videos and I'm just going to make a vlog out of all of them individually because each of them, different things happened each day. And I'm on one part of the vlog where I got the phone call that they had to intubate her and I'm driving in the car and I'm just breaking down. And I have not wanted to edit this, but I need to have some closure. So I need to get it edited. But I was, you know, breaking down in the car. I said a lot of things. I wish you took that therapy.
Yeah. He took a bitch down.
I give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give a.
You know, and I was a kid. You know, I'm just like, I don't want to see you live alone. You know, I'm starting to get worried. This is after her first ICU visit. I was like, I'm starting to get worried about you living alone. You know, but my mom did not want to be put in an assisted.
Just so y'all know, I know that she was talking underneath the music. I did that on purpose because I don't want to hear this anymore. Oh my God. Please, girl, let's wrap this up.
Living situation. She was like, no, no. That was not something she wanted to do. Even after she moved, when we got her moved out from my place before I moved, no, she did not want to be, she didn't want to do that. And I told her, I was like, Mom, you need some assist, like you need some all the time, round the clock care. Nah, she didn't want that. So I don't know. I'm haunted right now by all of the things, all of the, you know how like it's kind of like when Spider-Man got bit by that spider and then like all of his senses got heightened and everything just kind of made sense and just, you know, he just do everything and it's kind of like that. It's like every conversation every recent conversation I remember, or like especially when she was in the hospital, and I can't get that shit out of my head, how I talked to her that morning and she was like, I'm hungry. That shit haunts me. When I tell you that shit haunts me right now, I'm like, God,
No, that's not what haunts you. What haunts you is the fact that you left to go set up for a party that could have waited, Chrissy. You left to go set up for a party, and then your mom did go on to glory, and you weren't there. Y'all are a mess in this chat, and I ain't fooling with y'all right now. I'm like, y'all know now. I'm never gonna be able to concentrate. Y'all get on my nerves.
And I just have to make peace with where she's at now. She's not hungry. She's not in pain. She's not tired. Her stomach does not hurt, and so I have to make peace with that. But it's very hard. It's very hard. Also, it's kind of made me even more afraid of death somehow. It ain't making me more comfortable with it, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. I done went to the doctor about every day this week. I had an appointment
set up, but a lot of these appointments were already set up from weeks ago. But I had my woman checkup, breast exam, pap smear. I done had every motherfucking blood test, kidneys, liver, cholesterol, thyroid, girl, everything I could have them run. I'm like, run it all. HIV, chlamydia, all that. Run it. I don't give a fuck. Run it all, baby. Run it all.
Run it all. I done went to the eye doctor, got my eyes checked out. The only thing left to do was go to the dentist, babe. I didn't do everything. I didn't do that.
Is anybody else confused about these topics? What does this have to do with you being sad? Oh, my bad. Let's go. Sympathy and payola. I want you guys to feel sorry for me. And after you feel sorry for me, I want you to go into your pocketbook and get out that coin. Hide your Cash Apps. Hide your PayPals. Hide your Zelles. It's all about her now. It's all about her now. Sympathy and payola.
Everything, because I've been like, oh my God, you gotta take care of yourself. And I talk about this in my video and one of my newer videos that I'm gonna put up at some point this week. Whenever I finish it, I've just been trying to take it day by day. But my blood pressure's been kind of high. Not super, but kind of high. Slightly high. My doctor's appointments, they were like, your blood pressure's kind of high. I'm like, well, my mom just died. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of going through some things.
But you need to watch that.
Like I just need to. I say all this to say, I don't want to get on a rant about it, but I say all this to say is it has made me more hypervigilant about my health because, I need to be here for my baby.
Be quiet. Now listen, can stress cause high blood pressure was what I typed into Google. Yes, stress can indeed contribute to high blood pressure, while stress itself, wait a minute, remember, let's try to keep in mind. Right now, we're talking about science. Science is not an opinion. It is proven facts. Because people love disputing science. It's undisputable. It's been proven. Okay, now, yes, stress can lead. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I choose my words carefully. It says, yes, stress, let me read carefully, can contribute to high blood pressure, while stress itself might not directly cause high blood pressure. It can lead to behaviors that increase the risk of developing hypertension, according to the American Heart Association. Additionally, stress can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which can cause blood pressure to rise temporarily. So the release of the cortisol and adrenaline is probably causing Chrissy's blood pressure to appear high. I hope she doesn't have high blood pressure. So Chrissy, lay off the crab legs. Okay? Right now, I want you to lay off the crab legs and be careful, because I really do feel bad that your mom passed. I do. Because I'm a human. From human to human, mom to mom, it is sad to have that happen. But I hope you've learned something here to act, even if you don't care, act like you care, because I don't feel like you even acted like you cared, in my opinion. But I'm just a person out here on the YouTube streets, a viewer and with the commentary channel. That's all. Yeah, all that seafood, boy, you got to cut back on that.
Babies. And I need to be here for a very, 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 very long time. And so it was just a wake-up call for me too. Just like, and I feel like I'm pretty good about staying on top of my health in general. I do my appointments every month. I mean, not every month, every year, as you should. But just made me be like, okay, stop everything and do it now. Do it right now. So that's what I've been doing. But anyway. Stress can cause hypertension sometimes. Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody said, where was that Dr. Husband at? Where was Dr. Hands?
Huh? I really truly know how you feel. I lost my grandmother September 5th, and words can't explain how I feel. I still feel the same pain every day. I'm sorry for your loss, Lena.
When is your time? It's your time. I don't think she
got me in a chokehold.
Regularly. She's too busy moving.
As a cancer patient at 34, best get things checked. Yeah.
See, if we were moving, or a lot of people that have a regular 9 to 5 are moving, they might miss a few doctor's appointments, because you got to recover from that. Moving is exhausting. You got to recover from that. And then you got to remember, while unpacking and getting all this stuff together, that you actually have a doctor's appointment on top of it. Chrissy is not, I don't believe anything she's talking about right now. She just added that in so she can drag this live out.
I was already a hypochondriac. Yep. How are the kids dealing with this? I feel like they are grieving. But
go, Tori. Let's go.
Doing okay. I feel like, considering everything, they're doing okay. And I feel like kids are really good at being resilient. And I was really afraid to tell them that my mom had passed away. I think I talk about that in one of my vlogs too, that I didn't tell them right away. I probably said that in a live stream. Did I say that in a live stream? I don't know. But I didn't tell them right away, and it was really hard on me. It was only 24 hours. I couldn't hold it for longer than that. But I just needed to catch my breath for a minute. But that also helped me regulate my emotions, so that when I did break the news to them, I wasn't dysregulated, and so they weren't dysregulated, But they did cry at her funeral. And I feel like, everybody feels like we lost, and we did, But I feel like we are trying to make the best out of our situation by just being happy as we can be, and putting on, a smile when we need to. And I told you guys, or did I tell you guys? I don't know if I told you guys, but the first week I told all the kids, if you need to take a personal day, because I remember she passed away on a Saturday. I told them on a Sunday, which was Easter. And then they went to school Monday. And I said, if you guys feel like this week gets too hard, if you feel like you guys just need a day, just let me know, and you guys can take a day, and just stay home with mom, and just feel whatever you need to feel. Or if you don't feel like you need to take a day and you'd rather go to school, great, and you just need to cry, or you want to talk, or whatever, I'm here. And that's the best way I knew how to support them at that time. And then I also reminded them that it's okay to feel, it's okay to cry, and it's also okay to find the good part in this, which is grandma's not hurting, grandma's not hungry, grandma's not tired, grandma's not, in pain or anything. No more dialysis. I know grandma's having a good time with no more dialysis. And so I've been trying to focus on the good parts of.
All right, so I think she got like a phone call right here. She didn't realize that it had muted. You already know when you get a phone call, it's going to be doing the most. A barber, okay? They need to get a barber instead of sitting those bowls on top of their heads and cutting around in a circle. Ask Wine Trash if she can cut it. Girl. All right, she coming back now.
Can y'all hear me now? You can hear me now? Okay, cool. I had to go out and come back in. My bad. My kids are calling me. But the last thing I was trying to say was basically just the whole point of this whole thing was just to say, if you know how people have to make that statement, respect my family's privacy during this difficult time. That's my statement I'm trying to make. If people on the internet, nosy assholes, could please just respect my family's privacy during this difficult time. It's already hard enough to bury your mother. It's already hard enough to deal with the,
but my thing is, all right, so let's
say
when Chrissy was a single mom with no help, trying to do the best that she could do as a mom, cutting their hair. That's one thing. But now you're married to a doctor's wife in a rental house. I mean, come on, y'all. Are y'all on the earth? Are her subscribers, not even her subscribers, because I'm subscribed to, but are the people that are really supporting Chrissy, are they buying this, or they're just going to support her through her lies and her delusion, like Liv's people? Okay, so you're going to support her regardless just because you like her, but she's still delusional. I get it.
The last thing my family needs is to be blasted online.
Girl.
People who don't want their privacy ripped away from them. I know my privacy gets ripped away from me all the fucking time, but that's not fair to them. And it's not fair to my mother, you know? And if anybody has a heart, then they would understand that, whether their mother's still living or whether they're not. But yes, I am glad that my mom's not in pain anymore. And I'm glad I got a babysitter for baby Jay. I know he's up there giving her a run.
Y'all are not, wait a minute now. Y'all heard this. Y'all know who baby J is. The baby that she fake lost, because I don't believe that either. Congratulations, Deborah. Guys, let's say, give a congratulations to Deborah. She's going to marry a surgeon on Saturday. Yeah. My husband's a doctor too, guys. Just while we're at it. We're all doctors' wives. That's what we have in common, guys. Do you hear her? Do you hear what she's talking about?
Okay, but I know that.
Feel sorry for me, guys. Baby J has a babysitter. Congratulations, Deborah. Baby J has a babysitter. The fake baby that I lost last year. I know people probably think I'm a mess, but I'm sorry. That was a whole skit that she ran. How are you pregnant and you're discussing it with your baby daddy and my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's this, and he took me here and he took me there, and the ninja ain't show up in one damn video? Isn't it weird? Wasn't that really super weird? Basically, she knew she was about to end the live, so she wanted to bring in another thing to feel bad for her about. So you guys will remember to hit that Cash App. Okay? Hit that Cash App.
That she is in a better place. And I know she's looking down and she's with me, and she's going to be with me forever. You got my own personal angel. Look at that.
I'll pass, yeah. Right.
Right. You talking to a sewage drain, no hearts there, just shit.
Wait a minute, not.
I like your nails. Thank
Wait
you.
a minute, not. Let's play a game saying even in another life, her mom has to babysit the kids. Let's go.
Yeah, she's
go.
back. Yeah, she's back with her.
Never get a break.
Thank you. You like these nails? Thank you. I told my kids, I was like, we got to put that issue on for grandma. I think we did yesterday. I didn't really get a lot of footage of us dressed up, but I got like a few second clips that I was
trying to have my husband take pictures.
My sister trying to take some pictures.
Your husband took pictures. Wait a minute, let's get the lies together. Your husband took pictures, yet he wasn't at the funeral. So he said, have a great, Wait a minute. Who says this? All right, now I'm being sarcastic. Have a great time at the funeral. What? What did he say when he took, let me get you guys before you leave out? Why wasn't he there? Why wasn't your husband there? You're going to sit here and tell us that your doctor husband, aka Rod, wasn't there for the funeral. Feel sorry for me, guys. Please, please. Your doctor husband wasn't there? Are you kidding me right now, Chrissy? Chrissy, stop. Stop it. He took pictures. So he took pictures and then proceeded to not go to the funeral? Girl, do you understand how stupid that sounds, Chris? I don't think you understand how stupid that sounds. He took pictures and then said, bye, guys. I'll see you when you get back. What kind of husband is this? First, he said it's not his family, so he's not able to help with the funeral. Then he took pictures before you left out like you were going to a party. He's awfully, this is a bad husband. If my husband took pictures of me before I left out to go to my mother's funeral, do y'all see the sick? That's sick. Is he related to Liv?
It was really hard trying to get all the kids to pay attention because their cousins were there and stuff like that. But I feel like we got a couple. And then I feel like, you try to get one where everybody look good. Everybody's at least looking at the camera. They don't look all face all messed up and stuff. But I'll post a couple pictures from it. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna put that ish on for grandma because grandma would love it. She would love for us to step out and do that shit. I could hear my mom now. Y'all all look beautiful. My girls look so gorgeous. My boys look so handsome. I can just hear her saying that. I was like, we're gonna put that on. We're gonna put that on. Hold on. What the hell? Hold on. No. What? Hold on.
Okay, guys, that was the end. Oh, guys, we'll be back a little later. I think I'm going to try to come back. I might have to get some stuff done, guys, because I've been hanging out with you guys a lot. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you missed the replay gang, let me know your replay gang. And it was too much of me. Feel sorry for me. Me, guys, me. Took pictures. Yeah, like they was off to a prom. Do y'all think this is weird? All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out if you have not already done so. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay? Bye.